49 pounds, has taken off 10 with that new diet. He was at 234 in training, and they felt that he may not have enough stamina, so he put on an extra 5. And both big guys. Rahman, who loves the jab, 81-inch reach. The rules here in New Jersey. Standing 8 count is in effect. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. You cannot be saved by the bell. Scoring in the 10-point must-scoring system. This is a 10-round bout. And now, here is the champ and the blackboard.
Brought to you by Minor Key Discount Muffler, the boxing blackboard. Don't discount the strengths of Hasim Rahman. He is strong, powerful with a good left hook. He's learning with improving skills. Hasim's weaknesses: he only has 17 fights. He's inexperienced, and with that lacks stamina. What happens when one hits back? Like former world champion Trevor Berbick, in his 54 fights, his strengths: ring savvy. He has a good punch. His weaknesses: with age, he lacks speed and mobility, and he gets hit easily. He must be frugal in the early rounds tonight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Rappaport Productions, in association with Budweiser, the undefeated, undisputed king of beers, presents the Circus Maximus main event. 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. The 3 judges ringside for tonight's action: Alan Rubenstein, Barbara Perez, and Steve Weisfeld. The referee for our main event tonight in the ring, Tony Perez. This fight is scheduled for 10 rounds in that heavyweight division, and introducing first, fighting out of the right corner, wearing white trunks with black trim, weighing 239 pounds. He has a record of 45 wins, 8 losses, 1 draw, 32 knockouts. He is from Toronto, Canada, now making his home in Miami, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Israel, Trevor Berbick. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks with black trim, weighing 233 pounds, with a record of 17 wins, no losses, 15 KOs, is from Baltimore, Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Hasim Rahman.
Rahman, you already got your instructions in the way, all right? Give me a good clean fight, and I will not bother neither one of you. 2 things you must remember: obey my commands, and most important, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Rahman does not want to look into the eyes of Berbick. Berbick staring right at his opponent. At the age of 31 in 1986, he beat then WBC champion Pinklon Thomas for the World Heavyweight Championship. He held it for just a matter of 8 months before he was knocked out in 2 by Mike Tyson. Tyson becoming the youngest heavyweight champion.
That was back when Trevor Berbick had black socks. Now he got his money's worth on these white socks. Holy smokes, there's a lot of...
Oh, Berbick goes down! Seconds into the fight, reminiscent of facing Mike Tyson. And the veteran quickly goes to his corner. He feels the rock immediately. Trevor Berbick gets a wake-up call. Rahman with 15 knockouts in 17 wins, 8 of them in the first round. Now, with the confidence will pour in on Trevor Berbick.
The man can punch. That's why they call him the Rock Man. Trevor Berbick better be respectful. There's another right hand that lands. Berbick is hurt again.
His 55th professional fight. He's only been stopped twice. Early in his career against Bernardo Mercado back in '79, and that again in the first round. And then to Tyson, it's all Rockman. Tony Perez looking in. Berbick using the ropes. Is this a rope-a-dope or is he hurt?
He's hurt, I can tell you. You know what? Just like Melvin Foster, he cannot stand there and get hit. The punches don't hurt, but he wobbles. Remember with Tyson, he went down 3 times and 1 knockdown.
That's why I lost. The 3 knockdown rule was in effect in that round.
He went down, he tried to get up again, tried to get up one more time.
Rockman very confident. After just 17 fights.
Hurt again is Berbick. Berbick is stunned. Berbick, no retaliation from him. He's got to get that left moving. Rockman is all over him. He's just got a punching bag waiting for him. You got to put Everlast on the top of Berbick's head if he doesn't throw some shots.
Berbick just staying along the ropes, smiling at Hasim Rahman. Rahman knew that part of the tactic of Berbick was some trash talking. There he goes. Says, well, is that it?
Well, Hasim Rahman said today, I must win the first round. I think he's certainly doing that.
He is, but Berbick seems to have cleared the cobwebs now, although watch his shots. Extremely slow from Berbick.
Ever cleared the cobwebs?
We're talking about his fighting.
Maybe the herbs do.
Well, we're going to have to watch in the corner to see if he takes any herbs in between rounds.
He can use them now.
Berbick just laughing in the face of the younger Rockman.
Yeah, trying to destroy his confidence, but it is Rockman who is barreling in and scoring.
Not only laughing, it looks like he's almost hysterical.
He enjoys this.
Cracking up.
He loves it.
Sit down, relax. Sit down, relax. Hey, sit down, relax. Just relax. Breathe and relax, okay? Breathe and relax. Slow your breathing down. Let me have that bottle. Breathe and relax. Okay. You survived. You weathered a hell of a storm there. This kid has got to be discouraged, sure, a little bit. He gave everything he had.
Yep.
In the long run, it's going to work to our advantage, okay? He let a lot go. But Trevor, listen to me. He's looking for one punch from you. He's looking for that overhand right.
Yeah.
Okay? Keep that damn hand up.
Yep.
You sat there and you were all defense. You took a lot of punches. Okay?
Keep your hands up. I think that's good advice. Keep your hands up. Here's why. Kaboom! What a shot. Right on the chin, and another one. The first shot froze Trevor Berbick. That's what you call a Berbick on ice. Whenever a fighter gets knocked out, they say they iced him. There's a Trevor Berbick and ice. That's a new drink.
Rockman comes straight out. Pat Burns in the corner of Berbick, saying Rockman gave you all he had. He's got to be discouraged now. That is putting a nice spin on it.
Hear what he's saying right there? Come on, boy. Come on, punch. Talking to him.
Perhaps Berbick gave Rockman every chance to be overconfident coming into the second round. But Berbick, shades of 1986. And he was powered to the canvas by Mike Tyson, losing his World Heavyweight Championship. Following that, he had lost to Carl the Truth Williams, also to Buster Douglas, and it was assumed then, in 1989, at the age of 34, that the career of Berbick was over.
No smiling now. A big right hand from Rockman landed just on the inside. See how Berbick carries that left hand out a bit? He carries it out away from his chin. There's a big hole there that's open.
Oh, Rockman goes down low. This is the first main event that he is ever fighting. Goes against the ex-world champion. A very busy Rockman. This is 10th fight in the last year. And you can see the last couple of fights we've seen him really improved his skills. He initially just charged out there. Now he's stalking. He's looking for openings. Now setting up before he's just running in, looking to get lucky. Not wasting punches. He's not missing the shots. Said it used to wear him down, missing so many punches. And, he has become very relaxed, very poised. an intelligent young fighter at 23, out of Baltimore. Won 17 straight as a pro, 15 by knockouts, but really taking a major step up, even though Berbick is at the tender age of 42. Rahman, his last 3 opponents he's knocked out have had records of 13-20, 11-11, and 13-27. The only guy that's given him some problems, taking him 10, was the veteran Ross Purity.
And that's the fight that he compares this one to. He says, Berbick thinks I'm going to punch myself out early. That's why you see him taking a step back here in this round. He thought I'd beat myself, he said, of Purity. They think I'm young and experienced, but I'm growing, says Hasim Rahman.
The question was, what happens when somebody actually fights back against Rahman? In any of his other fights, this fight would have ended in the first. But Berbick had the whereabouts to get back up, clear himself, and get back in this fight. We'll pause now for a word from your local cable system.
Okay.
Oh, a lot of lip service from Trevor Berbick.
That's the end of the second.
Well, the second, and look at the talking. Come on, let's go. Trying to.
And you see Janks Morton leading Rahman back to the corner and says, don't let him get to you. Just box. Keep that jab in his face all night long.
Do not play into his game. Trevor Berbick knows all the tricks. Tricks of the trade he's trying to pull out of the bag now.
Rahman resets. Rahman has not seen it all. His 17 pro fights. Has not really faced anybody that has given him much of a test. But he thinks he is ready.
Oh yeah, it's time to step up. And at some point, a young kid has to grow into a main eventer, as he was doing in this fight. Rahman. And you have to, whoa, another big right hand. Now Trevor Berbick talking, waving his arms, but never score any points. And that's basically what was said between rounds. Jake Morton said, don't play into his game.
Yeah, but Trevor's trying to score points here for later on. Now, we saw Trevor Berbick a couple of years ago against another good, young, undefeated prospect, Melvin Foster, who at that time was undefeated in his first 17 fights. And it was Trevor who poured it on early. And then, ironically, it was Berbick who had the gas left at the end and stole it and won a decision. And now Berbick inside. Tries to go to the body. Rahman with the spin. That's a tough spin, trying to wheel the 6'3", 239-pound Berbick around.
It's a long way to go around that midsection.
Yeah, Berbick comes in low.
Trying to take control. Trying to muscle around Rahman.
This fight between a rock and a hard place. Berbick solid. Another warning by Perez. Watch the hand behind the head of Rahman. Rahman starting with a splash, putting Berbick down in the opening seconds of the fight. If he was counted out, this fight would have not gone 20 seconds. There is that right hand again. Berbick says, let me see that block. Where is it?
Yeah, Berbick tries to pull away from that right hand, and he gets just on the outside end of it. It's on the outside, tries to pull some of the power away from it. The shot looks hard.
Al Albert and the champ, Sean O'Grady, ringside at Caesars on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. This is the main event. Former heavyweight champion Trevor Berbick on the left, looking to come off the canvas in the opening seconds of this fight against the young powerhouse Hasim Rahman. 42-year-old Berbick against the 23-year-old Rahman, who has won 17 straight fights as a pro, 15 by knockout. Not much of a amateur career for The Rock. 6 or 7 amateur fights. out of Baltimore. This is his first main event fight against Berbick, who has won 45, lost 8 with 1 draw. Berbick, who has faced Larry Holmes, going 15 rounds, unable to wrestle Holmes' championship away, but 5 years later, at the age of 31, did so against Pinkman Thomas, only to lose in his first defense the title to Mike Tyson.
There you go, up and down, Rock, all day long, up and down. There you go.
Berbick has cleared the head from the first round knockdown. And now tying up Rahman. Wants to take Rahman into the later rounds. Rahman has been past this 4th round just once in his 17-fight career. That was 5 fights ago to the veteran Ross Purity. Let's find out what they're thinking in the corner of Hasim Rahman, the champ, now with Janks Morton.
Janks, Berbick is talking to Rahman now. How are you keeping him focused and not unnerved?
Well, see, we train for this. We know he's going to talk. When he get hurt, he's going to talk anyway. But see, Rock, as a young guy, he needs to keep punching. There you go. There you go. There you go. Come on. Yeah. See, you got to keep punching.
Does this destroy Rock's confidence whenever Berbick...
It's over right here. He should end the fight right here.
Berbick's talking to him. Is that going to destroy Rahman's confidence?
No. He's ready to go. Every trick in the book, he already knows. He already talk about everything. He's well experienced. Not that many fights as a professional, but a whole lot of gym work. And he's showing up now. That's what you see now.
What should he be doing?
All we need now is a jab to keep the old fella off of him. You know, the old
Should he go in for the kill now, Jeff?
Not yet. I don't want that yet. I want to work him a few more rounds. Let him work him a few more rounds. See, we don't need to wrestle. See, an older guy always wins the wrestling match.
Yeah, but a survivor like Berbick, you might miss the opportunity.
Yeah, we'll take him out. We'll take him out.
Okay.
Come on out, Rock.
Let's go back over to Al. They're awfully busy over here, but they like what they see for good reasons.
Good. Come on out, Rock.
And it certainly doesn't appear as if the confidence of Rahman has been shaken. Only thing shaken in the ring has been Trevor Berbick in this round. The shaking going on in the 4th. Another rock hauled there by Rahman, and Berbick says, "Come on, is that it?
Come on, but you don't get points for talking."
But as Janks told you, that Berbick talks more when he is hurt.
Yes, right.
You know, he may never win the world championship again, but
Boxing
Janks Morton says he is on his way to an Academy Award. Berbick, the old pro.
Yeah, Berbick, who really has never lost a fight if you talk to Trevor. So in that Tyson fight, he was sick, taking antibiotics. He had no balance in the fight because of that.
Oh, now he's steamed.
Yeah, look out.
Trevor Berbick very upset that would you believe the dirty tactics of Hasim Rahman trying to
just hitting me. That's terrible.
Tugging at his trunks. Of course, Trevor, who feels he could fight for another 10 years, as he does want another shot at the title, says, of course, he would like to fit Mike Tyson into his schedule. Says he'll give Mike Tyson a rematch. Well, how do you compare Berbick here at the age of 42 with Foreman when he just turned 40 and Larry Holmes when he just turned 40 and continued on?
Much different. One of the differences, they weren't facing the fighters like Hasim Rahman, the young fighters on their way up. However, Berbick also is a bit apprehensive here, perhaps living off the reputation. He has a lot of confidence, he's talking a lot, but he's not even competitive in this fight. Rahman has been winning every round easily, handily.
Berbick's hands look, the arms look very slow.
Yes, he looks an aged 42.
And we'll have to up the dosage of herbs after this one.
After this round.
Down to 10 seconds in the fifth, his scheduled 10-round fight.
Yeah, the two have really fallen into the mode of the fight now. Need some explosions.
Hey, get your butt over here. Sit down.
Yeah, turn around. Walk to your corner,
You're
please.
getting there.
Walk to your corner.
Just pay attention to me. When you get there, you're not working. Do you understand? You're jabbing with him, then you're getting close and you're not generating any offense. Okay? He's looking for one punch to the right hand.
Last hand for the fight now. You can pull this fight out, but the boy is throwing one punch and you catch it, you're taking it away from him. You let it come back to the right.
Okay?
And then when you walk him, lead him with that left hook in the body.
Come back. Thank you.
It's bothering
Come
him.
back,
Whenever
Trevor.
it bothers him.
Come back with the right hand.
We move into the second half of the scheduled 10-rounder. 5 rounds down, Hasim "The Rock" Rahman on the left, the youngster who is pulled ahead through the first 5 rounds on our scorecards, knocking Berbick down in the opening seconds of the fight, essentially the first big punch of the fight, and then wobbling him again in the fifth. Berbick said, "Come on, fight the fight." Meanwhile, Berbick hearing in his corner from both Pat Burns and Emmanuel Stewart telling him that, you know, when you get in there, you're not working. You're not generating the offense. And here is Berbick screaming at Rahman that he's not fighting. Well, let's get into that Berbick corner. The champ there with Pat Burns.
A lot of training for this fight. Terrific team behind Berbick. What's happening to him? I don't think he's won a round, Pat.
No, he hasn't won a round, and he's had the opportunity to win a round on 2 or 3 rounds. And this kid is looking for one punch, right hand. Trevor will slip it many times, but he doesn't come back with anything. And sometimes he lays here too long. He's been caught with the right hand too much. He's not He's looking for all defense and not generating any offense. But we got a long way to go, and he's KG and Trevor strong, so maybe he'll catch this kid.
Trainer of many champions, and one who has seen him come and go. Emmanuel Stewart, is he grown complacent here?
Well, I think he's just an older fighter right now, realistically, and he's doing the best with what he's got to work with. And it's funny, the kid that he's fighting is only doing one thing, basically throwing the right hand. All he has to do is, if he could just counter the right hand, make him miss, and then throw a counter right hand, he could take the fight possibly and win it. But right now, you're just looking at age and youth. The other kid is not doing nothing that impressive either. But
Trevor's out talking him. How do you get him to stop talking and start punching?
We forgot to put the mouthpiece in. I hate to admit that. And he talked more that round than he did before.
That's it, Trevor.
Make sure that he get his mouthpiece in, okay? That's the first thing you guys should do.
We can get him to stop talking. He'll be all right. Stop talking, we can put it in.
There's 2 mouthpieces.
That's it. Working there, Trevor.
Okay, a lot of tension over here in this corner, Al. I guess I'm going to send it back over to you. Really rough over here.
You know, with
Good shot, Trevor. Good shot.
with Patrick and Emmanuel, I don't even know how Trevor could get a few words
That's it,
in,
Trevor. Looking good now.
which is a near impossible feat, keeping Trevor quiet. Down to 30 seconds to go in this 6th round. Well, they are confident in the Berbick corner if Berbick only starts fighting. And the irony of it all is Berbick is now taunting Rahman. He wants Rahman to fight. As you heard earlier, before the fight, Berbick wanted Rahman to be in his face, said, let's fight this one out. That's what the world wants to see, toe-to-toe. But actually, Trevor not bringing it to his young opponent. Seventh round action, and Trevor Berbick hearing it in his corner. Pat Burns, trainer, making it official here in round 7, already saying, Trevor, you got to knock him out to win.
Trevor acquiesced over there. He said, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do this thing now.
Burns,
The round we've been waiting for.
Come on, boy. Beat you up. I'm tough, man.
And here is Trevor back in the corner after the last round.
Okay, Trevor, this kid is so vulnerable for the right hand. You're not throwing it. You throw the right hand, you're going to score. You've got to throw it, Trevor. You've got to knock him out to win. You understand? You got to make him fight. Okay, make him fight. You're in good shape.
Okay, I'm going to do my thing now.
All right. Let's go.
And there is the mouthpiece going back in. That was very important that they got that mouthpiece in. There is for a trainer, there is a new use for the mouthpiece. I thought it was to protect your teeth all these years. It's to keep you from talking.
I think that's put a couple of mouthpieces in Trevor's mouth to keep him from talking. But Johnny says he's going to do his thing. What may that be?
He has not done his thing any of the first 6 rounds, and every time he tries to do his thing, he gets smacked 4 or 5 times. He probably is a bit glove shy here, although he is putting the pressure on, but he's also getting hit, putting the pressure on. Trevor Berbick, 32 KOs and 45 wins. He does have some good, respectable power, but he's got to use it. And his punches are extremely lethargic. He's pushing the shots, not really fluid with his punches at all, whereas Rahman is. Rahman bouncing on the outside, relaxing, conserving his energy just to throw punches. To the body.
Middle on the nose left in the 7th, scheduled 10-rounder. Hasim the Rock Rahman, 23-year-old out of Baltimore, looking for his 18th straight victory as a pro. Certainly would be the biggest on his ledger against the former world champion, although aging at the age of 42. Right before our very eyes, Trevor Berbick
started aging in that first round.
So far, the only thing swinging a mess by Berbick is right back in there. The arms may not be quick and fast. The legs may not be quick and fast, but the mouth is still quick and fast for Berbick.
That sounds familiar.
Closing seconds of round number 7.
Much better round. Much better round. Much better round.
He's throwing that left hook in the body. And eventually you just change it up and shoot it, look at it, and sling it to the chin. That's the shot you're going to catch it, but it's a left.
Caesars in Atlantic City. Al Albert with the champ, Sean O'Grady. Main event, former heavyweight champion Trevor Berbick going up against The Rock. And although Berbick will not admit it, certainly faced The Rock up against his chin. In round number 1, just seconds into the fight, Rahman came out blasting away.
The hook that Berbick wanted to blast away with.
Thanks, Morton told Rahman they got to keep that jab going and pick up a little hand speed. And he says, go for it. Remember, you talked to him a couple of rounds before, said he's going to go for the knockout now after he had shaken Berbick. He said, no, let's take it a few more rounds. What is Jenks sensing that now's the time to do it?
Well, see how Berbick is now moving forward to accept the punches of Rahman. You had a little bit more force, more powerful punches. Your opponent is coming at you. Before, Berbick was going backwards. Now I think he sees that Berbick is advancing. He said, though, with Berbick, that he's bringing it to you, meaning he's there for you to hit.
Pat Burns telling Berbick coming out for this round, too. Every time you go to Rahman's body, he brings his hands down. They want Berbick to unleash the right, but he has just been ineffective with it.
He's probably thinking if you could remove Rahman's right hand from my chin, I could do that.
In other words, The Rock actually was, this time The Rock was embedded in the chin. fossilized. Berbick's chin was fossilized in the Rock. Well, the crowd thought that this was going to be extremely wild in the beginning. And it certainly has settled down. And so has Berbick. Haven't heard a word from him in this entire 8th round. Either he's getting serious or he's getting tired.
Or he has his mouthpiece in the 3. Maybe they should stick an orange in his mouth too when he comes back over there. Looking for the home run ball is Rockman.
All right, that's it.
8 rounds down, 2 to go. Berbick right there in his corner. And Berbick.
Breathe and relax. Breathe and relax. Gotta let that right hand go, Trev. Okay? Walking down.
If he jab at me, I will jab at him better. If he throw a right at me, I will throw a right at him better. If he throw a hook at me, I will throw a hook at him better.
Those were the words of Trevor Berbick before the fight. We have not seen it yet in the fight. A little tough talk earlier by Berbick.
No, perhaps he should have that mouthpiece for the interviews when we talked to him before, the day before.
Throw that left hook to the ear.
We got to talk to Pat Burns
throw
about
it to the chin. He's just missing it. When you
giving
throw it to the ear, okay? Short right hand to left hook.
Second shot.
Throw the hook to the ear, Trevor.
Trevor will have to try something. He may not want to admit it, but he has to know he is likely way behind in the scorecard and has to pull it out in the last couple of rounds. Find something to unnerve Rockman. He hasn't been able to do it. Actually, the guiding light of the veteran trainer Janks Morton really settling Rockman down. Looked like in the early rounds he was susceptible to the trash talk of Trevor Berbick. But Janks Morton was just about seen it all. And right now it's his tutelage of the youngster helping him to get through in this fight.
Oh yeah, outstanding trainer. He's been able, it's like Rock'em Sock'em robots. Rockman, Sock'em robots. And he's been able to guide Rockman through this fight. He's been able to settle him down and try to fire him up. Remember the last round he wanted him to pick it up a bit, try to explode, try to go for the KO. Now by the 9th round, this is only scheduled for 10, and an experienced veteran like Trevor Berbick can go 10 in his sleep. Trevor has been 10 or more 22 different occasions.
Even though he's almost put to sleep tonight in the first.
He may be going into sleep. I tell you, I've known a lot of fighters who've been knocked out in fights, and they don't wake up until they get back in the back. In the shower, or they wake up in the fight, like they miss the middle rounds, and then they are awakened in the 8th or 9th.
Well, I think Pat Burns might be looking at this as if Berbick has been fighting in his sleep for the last 8 rounds since the knockdown. He just has not seen enough aggressiveness out of Berbick.
In his punches. He's been real aggressive in his talking. And he's caught the punches. He gets hit ugly. When Trevor gets hit, it's an ugly sight.
Trevor Berbick supplying one of the most colorful knockouts in boxing history at the hands of Mike Tyson. It really holds a place in boxing history when you think of it. Former heavyweight champion. The victory by Tyson over Berbick. Tyson becomes the youngest heavyweight champ of all time. And Trevor Berbick, one of the few fighters to hold a victory over Muhammad Ali in 1981. Ali approaching the age of 40. And Trevor Berbick with a 10-round decision over the great one.
Yeah.
That's it? That's it? Yeah. Now you got to shoot. All right?
Trevor, you got to let him go, okay? Next round, you got to knock him out to win. Let it go, Trevor. Roll it and come back with the right hand, Trevor.
This is it, Trevor Berbick. A lot of talk before the fight. Says he feels younger at 42 than Rahman is at 23. Going up against one of the rising young heavyweights. Berbick looking to make a statement that he can still contend in the heavyweight division with his experience, and at 42 with his new herb diet, says he could fight for another 10 years till he is 52, but he has not backed it up tonight. And for Hasim Rahman, going to 10 rounds, for him, he gets the experience that he needs on his way to getting a victory over a former world champion. Right now it is Rahman looking to take him out. He is swinging from the waist. Could be dangerous too if he leaves himself wide open. Berbick looking for that one shot to dramatically turn it around.
In many fights you see two fighters in that final round who really want to pour it on strong and they leave themselves open.
The uppercut by Berbick inside.
Berbick's thrown more punches this round than all the whole fight. He hasn't touched.
Berbick sensing the urgency, perhaps looking for the sensational comeback victory. Well, that's the only way he's going to win it. Rahman trying to smother those punches.
Landing big left hook. Just froze Berbick. Took all the steam out of him.
Best round of the fight. The final round. We're coming down to the final minute.
Berbick should have been fighting this fight all night. Berbick has tried to run away from Rahman. Rahman's blocked him out of the end of his punches. Try to box with him. Downstairs to the body goes Berbick. Ooh, nice right hand on the point of the chin.
And again, Berbick now is open. Tony Perez looking closely. Rahman right now has Trevor Berbick. And Rahman celebrating right in the face of Berbick for all the taunting. A little payback for the youngster. Closing seconds of the fight. Here I am, says Rahman. And he finishes strong. Starts with power, ends with power. Thanks Morton helping to bring him through. The Rock said he was ready for a former heavyweight champ.